Before Sunday, Carlos Alcaraz had done nearly everything. He'd shattered age records, dominated finals, taken down legends, stolen hearts, and turned skeptics into believers. But he had never done this. Never come back from 2 sets down in a Grand Slam match. Never stared down the abyss and clawed his way back, point by point, game by game, until the mountain lay behind him and the trophy in front. That all changed at Roland Garros, June 8, 2025. What Carlos Alcaraz did in that French Open final was more than a win. It was a revolution, a moment of transcendence, a statement of supremacy. It wasn't just about another Grand Slam title. It was about rising from the dead. About rewriting the script in real time, against a rival just as young, just as hungry, and just as brilliant. Jannik Sinner brought fire. Alcaraz brought fire and fury. The match began with Sinner in full control. The Italian was hitting his lines, pushing Alcaraz wide, painting corners like a master. Alcaraz, uncharacteristically, looked tense, hesitant, almost human. 2 sets down, against a player as cold-blooded and relentless as Sinner. Game over for most, but Alcaraz is not most. Where others see doom, he sees opportunity. Where others unravel, he reloads. He didn't panic. He paused. He recalibrated. And then he struck. It started with the footwork. Then the forehand came alive. Then the crowd roared. And then Sinner blinked. That's all it took. From that point, it wasn't a comeback. It was a resurrection. Alcaraz didn't just survive, he soared. The 3rd set was a warning. The 4th, a declaration. And the 5th, a coronation. He wasn't just chasing greatness. He was dragging it into the clay and stamping his name all over it. This was the finest 5 hours of his career. And that's saying something for a guy whose highlight reel already includes toppling Djokovic at Wimbledon and winning the US Open as a teenager. Alcaraz doesn't just play tennis. He performs it. He embodies it. There's no part of the court he doesn't command. There's no shot he can't execute. You think he's down. You're wrong. You think he's broken. He's about to break you. That's what Sinner learned the hard way. Because Jannik Sinner played a near-flawless 2 sets. And then he watched it all melt in the heat of Alcaraz's will. Sinner is no choke artist. He didn't collapse. He got overrun. It was like watching a dam hold back a flood, until the dam cracked. And once it cracked, there was no stopping the storm. This final was more than a match. It was the beginning of something massive. The birth of a new era. The confirmation of a 2-headed monster that will dominate men's tennis for the next decade. Forget the big 3. It's time for the big 2. Alcaraz and Sinner aren't chasing Djokovic or Federer or Nadal. They're chasing each other. And if Sunday proved anything, it's that we are blessed to witness this. Because this rivalry isn't polite. It's personal. Every point feels like a battle. Every rally could be the last. It's not just tennis, it's war on a rectangle. The 2025 French Open final belongs in the pantheon. Not just for its quality. Not just for its drama. But because of what it represents. It's the day Carlos Alcaraz proved he has no ceiling. The day he added grit to genius. Endurance to elegance. The day he turned survival into spectacle. Think back to that 2023 Wimbledon final. The 5th set. The disbelief. The shockwaves. Now add 5 hours of clay, cramps, pressure, and impossibility. This was that, multiplied. This wasn't just about fitness. This was about belief. About daring to rewrite history, even while standing in its shadow. About telling the world, I'm not done. Alcaraz is now 5-0 in Grand Slam finals. He's won on hard courts, grass, and now clay. The Holy Trinity. Before turning 23. Let that sink in. This isn't hype anymore. It's history. And Sunday was the exclamation point. The new world order is here. And it wears a bandana and hits drop shots with swagger. Carlos Alcaraz didn't just win the French Open. He conquered it. He turned Roland Garros into his personal proving ground. Sinner pushed him to the edge. And Alcaraz flew off it, only to land like a king. If you weren't watching, you missed the birth of a myth. A moment that will be talked about for years. A blueprint for greatness. And the best 5 hours tennis